The climate that we're in right now is a lot about fighting or disagreeing with each other. It's very prominent on Facebook, right? Or any social media. People are posting their opinions. People are fighting back and forth about what they think is right or what they think it's not right, or how could you? So that takes us to, is it fair? Is it fighting fair, or is it fighting to win? Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered. We're your hosts,
Ranisha,
Teresa, and Suzanne. And around here, nothing is off limits. We talk about everything, the real, the messy, the hilarious, and the inspiring. So let's get into it. Are we making our points on social media or whatever we feel because we want to be right?
No, what I put, and I very rarely do it, but I just put, if I want to comment because somebody is being unreasonable and stupid, I just say, bless your heart.
Yeah, I think people
But go ahead.
I think people are internet gangsters, and they're just out here fighting because they can, because nobody can see them. They're hidden in their homes. And if they would never say these things in front of any of those folks. So I'm like you, Teresa, I ignore them. I don't even say anything.
They're
I
like
just ignore
trolling
them.
and try to, some of them like to
trolling
instigate.
them and trying to, trolling people, trying to instigate. It's just ridiculous.
Well, you know what? When I'm on social media, there are more and more people commenting bot, like BOT, calling out those people. And sometimes you can probably believe that they are bots because there's never a response to all of the comments. It's just, in other words, you're going to start this fight or this argument.
Yeah.
Right? So it can go on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
On, you know?
But
anyway.
again, bots are being controlled by somebody. Again,
That's
it's a hidden way to communicate and fight with people without, showing who you really are. And it's cowardness, I believe.
Yeah. But I believe that most of us want to be right.
Most of us want to be right.
Yeah.
Most of us want to be understood.
And we want to convince you that we're right.
That's right. So that creates conflict.
Yeah.
So, do you want to be right, or do you want to have peace?
I have learned.
I know what you're going to say.
I had to learn this though, so don't wait to my age to learn it. That
True.
my peace is very important. So I was telling the ladies a little bit earlier, I'm just going to let you be stupid. All right. Or let you, and I
Shake
know
my head.
That's a strong word, but I'm just going to let you be uninformed.
Foolish, like the Bible says.
Foolish. Yeah, I like that
Don't be a
word.
fool.
And I'm just going to keep it
I like that word.
Yeah, that's a good word.
For me, it depends on who it is.
Okay.
If you're a random, I'm not even going to give you my energy. But if you're family, and we talked about this in another episode about family. If you're family and I know I'm right, I might.
You're going to fight?
If it's my kids and I've been there, done that, I'm going to fight. I'm fighting for you though.
Right.
Not fighting for myself.
Right.
I'm fighting for you to understand that I've been there, I've done that. And this is what happened to me. I'm fighting for you so you don't have to go through the things that I went through.
That's right.
So my loved ones, I'll probably be fighting. But for folks that
don't matter,
the randoms,
I agree.
Bless your heart.
The fights
Teresa
that I have gotten with, the physical fights.
Fight Club?
The physical fights that I've been in, minus two. I was defending myself a couple times.
How many
We're
fights?
defending family members of several. I remember one time, we were young kids. I was probably in 7th grade, and this kid was fighting with my brother, and he had a rock, and he said, "I'm going to throw this rock at him," or something, and I got in the way. He had a rock. He threatened with the rock, and I said, "Well, throw it." Oh, he threw it. Ooh. Hit me right on the forehead. Right here, I have a scar, and I had to get stitches. But that's how my fights. Another one was
you were physically fighting. Wow.
But I have physically fought to defend my family.
Okay.
But conflict is not the problem. It's how we handle conflict, whether it's in social media, in person, whatever, because there's going to be conflicts. We're not the same. We're different, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So it's how we handle conflict. So
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you believe, and I hear this a lot, do you believe that conflict is healthy?
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes I agree with Teresa. Sometimes you have to have it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have it out.
I believe that.
Because conflict is normal, and avoidance isn't the goal. You don't want to avoid conflict. And sometimes we think conflict as being something really big.
Yeah.
Or it has to be, a fight. No, conflict doesn't necessarily have to be ugly or a fight. It's a disagreement. So we're going to, you're going to tell me your point of view. I'm going to tell you my point of view. And we're going to have disagreements, whether it's romantic, family, friends, whatever. So, but the key is to how to handle conflict better. And that's the message that we're hopefully share with you today, because we're going to have conflict, especially now, like with social media. I just roll my eyes and I really will have to dig deep.
Social media has taken conflict to a whole new level. Like, your response now is to respond on social media.
Yeah.
When somebody did you wrong, go to Instagram, go to Facebook. When your light bill is too high in Ada, North Carolina, go on Facebook.
How about politics? Politics now.
Just saying.
How we separate, we don't separate politics from our family and our love for each other. We rather be right in our politics mentality than, man, I really love this family member. That's more important.
That's a good point.
Not to
Suzanne.
some people.
Not to some people, and that's the thing.
Not to some people, because I have read on social media where people will say that they no longer communicate with so and so and so and so in their family.
I don't understand.
Because of the political climate in this country.
And these people don't know you.
Politics.
They don't care about you, honestly.
I'm telling you, politics are like the new religion now. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's not like, are you a Christian? No, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Like, and that supersedes beliefs and morals and everything. And I don't get that. That is crazy.
It's if you don't believe my way, then you're this, or you're not that. Then just understanding, well, why do you feel that way? Can you explain to me, where's your point of view coming from? Like, instead of starting or trying to understand one another, we're judging and engaging in unhealthy conflict.
Some people do not want to understand.
That's true.
Some people do not want the truth or facts. They just don't. Yeah. They just want to be right, because what they're doing is they're disputing what someone said because they're feeling a certain type of way about that,
situation.
That situation or that subject. And they don't even know why, because I have listened to conversations where they are being challenged and they cannot answer the questions because they don't have a why.
Wow.
So let me ask you this, conflict escalates really fast. Sometimes it's just you having a conversation before you know what, you're screaming or yelling at each other or whatever. Some of the instances that lead to this is miscommunication and assumptions. You're assuming that I know, or you're assuming that I feel, but you don't know because you didn't ask me. You feel unheard or dismissed. It's another one. Bringing old stuff to arguments. Oh my gosh. Like, that's a pet peeve of mine. We're talking about, you spilled a glass of water. Can we just talk about that and not talk about the one I spilled 20 years ago? Like, let's stay focused on the present.
That's typical, like, love relationship conflict.
Always bringing up the past.
Bringing up the past. So you can get an edge up so you can win.
Because you did it. And now another one is timing. If you're tired or hungry or stressed, it's really good. I recently can have an example. Medications will do it to you too. Where I was really stressed and taking this medication, and it made me moody. I was really moody about it. Yeah. And I had to come to the realization that, man, this medication is probably making me feel way more emotional about this subject than than the energy that it deserves, because it didn't really deserve that much energy. You want validation, right? You want to get validated. And when we don't get validated, then we get mad or we get impatient. Yeah. So how does your, okay, so let me tell you this types of behavior, and let me know if you've experienced any of these. The person that's the explainer, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm over talking to be understood. You're explaining. The shutdown, the ones that I'm not talking to you anymore. The silent, they give you the silent treatment for 2 weeks.
I was
the escalator, they raise their voice with intensity, trying to maybe intimidate or scare you.
I'm trying to tell you, because you being loud do not make you
just
right.
not like, do you think I'm going to hear you any better?
Yes.
The peacemaker, they give in. Okay. You're right. You win. Okay. I'm done. Or
just
the scorekeeper. Right. They have receipts of all the things you've done, so then they can throw it in your face. So how do these styles clash without us realizing it?
I believe I dated every one of those people in that. Or married 2 of them.
It's hard.
That is so real.
I know one thing, and it might not be answering the question, but it's just so prevalent in my spirit, that I dated this guy, and this was early on, and this guy was starting arguments with me, and I'm like, I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't know each other. We're trying to, I said, you bring in what's happened to you in past relationships into this relationship, and they don't have nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
And so I shut that down. I'm like, no way.
That's good.
All right. Because you know why? Because I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why are you so energized about whatever.
X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not about me.
That's good, Teresa. You make me remember this guy, relationship coach. He said, in a relationship, you shouldn't have buttons, because you always hear, oh, he pushes my buttons or she pushes my buttons. But if you have buttons in a relationship, you're not healed.
That's it. That's
that
it right
situation.
there.
That's it right
You
there.
shouldn't have buttons that can be pushed. So you got to go back to where and why you're having this issue with this simple conversation, and you're feeling like someone's pushing your button.
And that happens a lot with people that have been cheated on.
They
trauma. Think anybody, but just an example.
Yeah.
They think everybody's cheating on them. No, just because so-and-so cheated on you, or just because so-and-so stole from you, or just because so-and-so physically abused you, or whatever the blank is, doesn't mean that I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's not fair.
That's good.
It's not fair.
That's true.
So don't let your button, to say what you're saying, you need to heal that before you go into a relationship, because when any little trigger goes off, you're going to go off, set you off.
I was in a relationship with a person who had trauma issues from their mother.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Ooh, so everything
that's a tough one.
I did was an issue. Like, I'm like, why? That was rough.
Yeah. Have you ever had a guy tell you, you're not my mother, or you're acting like my mother?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I am not here to raise no grown men.
No, I have because I've always felt like, I'm not trying to be anybody's, mother.
Yeah.
Mother, I already raised my kid. I want to raise you.
You got to come here all the way grown. No.
Yes. Yeah.
And for some people, and I think some men want that.
Ugh.
This person,
some people want that.
This person said I reminded him of his mother, and he did not like his mama. So,
and that's the case, and that's what it is.
A problem.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Or if he loved his mother, then he wanted you to. That person would want you to emulate the things that.
Either way, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that was a rough.
I don't
situation.
want, we all have trauma. Honestly, we all have things that will trigger us. We all have things that are difficult or challenging, or that experiences. Right? It's all experiences. But you can't. You gotta. Each relationship should be like a clean canvas.
Should be.
Should be a clean canvas. And if something happens, then, you know, it goes on. You're building this canvas together to be beautiful.
That's a good Disney movie.
That's so nice.
It's a good Disney movie. I want that movie.
But how do you get there, though? I mean,
how do you get there? So to resolve conflict, choosing the right time is important. If you're exhausted, I've done that. Like, you know what? Right now I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. Let me sleep on it, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. Like diffuse it.
All right.
Listening to respond, not reload. Something I would teach my students: seek to understand before being understood. It's in the habits book. You need to pause and try to understand what the person is trying to tell you before you try to make them convince them of your point.
Okay.
And that's a good one. Staying on the issue. Don't go bringing up the past. Owning your part. That's a big one. Like accountability. Own your part. You know that if somebody owns their part, I'm already better.
Because it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Take responsibility.
I'm already better. Like, you know what? I get you. Just get me. You don't have to understand it and believe and accept it, but just get me. Do you think that's enough, Therese?
What about some of those people who just want to fight? Because that's in their DNA.
Some people like to fight.
They like to argue. That's in their DNA. That's how they grew up, or that's what they know. That's all they know. So how do you combat that, though?
That's tough.
Sometimes you might just have to walk away, because if they're not willing, people that have anger issues.
It may not even be anger. It just means like every little thing is an argument.
Everything is an argument.
And it can be said very matter-of-factly, because I was with somebody who never yelled, but it was always an argument. It wasn't any yelling matching. It was just an argument.
Yeah. Everything was a problem.
Everything was a problem.
Everything was like a big...
an issue. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody left a coffee... What are those coffee things that you put coffee grains in the coffee maker?
Filter? No.
Filter? Yeah. Oh, a filter is in the coffee maker.
Take it out.
Big. Okay.
It's like
makeup's on my white towel. Argument. I mean, it was always
some people.
It was always something.
Always a problem. They just want to fight. But anyway.
Ooh. Yes.
And there's people that are like that. It doesn't matter what you do, they're not going to be happy.
True.
Yes.
They're not going to be happy.
They're just miserable people.
They're going to be nitpicking at everything.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be wrong. But then what do you do? Well, like, we can't be doormats and walk away.
That's what I was getting ready to say. If you identify those red flag early in a relationship,
you're done.
Then you should cut your losses. But if it's family and they just always been like that, then you got to find a way to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
For your peace. It's for your peace.
Yes.
Because you can't expect them to change. And a lot of people will continue an argument or a fight to try to change somebody's mind. And you're just not going to do it. So.
And sometimes you may need to get a mediator. Sometimes you may need to go to a counselor, just a third party. I've done that before. Sat with someone and I had a person right there sitting with me just to help us navigate without being angry or, to get it resolved. But, yeah, it's just, this is tough, and it's something that sometimes it's going to take professional help if you're in the situation and you just can't, this person is not workable, or you just say no, like we said in our previous episode.
Yeah.
And just say no.
And the thing about it is that you can't make anybody go get therapy, and you can't change other people, but do it for yourself, because maybe you can maybe you can get some coping skills.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've done that with people I love, my family. I distance myself, like from that negative, rah-rah conflict spirit.
Me too. And I don't care who you are.
Yep, it doesn't matter who you are. And I'll just, you won't hear from me, because every time I call you, I talk to you, it's always something. So I'm going to distance myself. I love you, but I'm over here. I'm over here doing all this. You over there. I'm good.
That's right.
And I know it seems like it's avoidance. But to me, that's healthy.
I think it's for peace. It's just distance, putting some distance between you and the issue.
Because some people are so anxious and wound up tight that you just can't get around it. Yes. And conflict is okay. Conflict is going to occur, but it shouldn't be the norm. Conflict should not be the norm. So to wrap it up, this is the takeaway that we're trying to give you. Conflict isn't the enemy. How we handle it determines the outcome. So, and that's going to take way more than just you, because unfortunately, conflict is you and somebody else, and you can't control the other person. Yes, and that's the hard part. Yeah.
Well, you guys, we talked about it in a couple podcast episodes. Conflict at my job. Oh, it was rough, but I put the onus on myself to change.
That's right.
Because when you can't change a situation and other people, especially people you're not directly related to or have only like a one-way relationship, that's just work or that's just whatever, I put the change on myself. I'm like, I'm going to do this differently just to get through this situation.
That's right. It's hard. It's hard, but it's doable. And just, you know what? Just love. Love and boundaries is really what is going to make it better, I believe. Well.
Yep. Love, boundaries, grace.
Love, boundaries,
mercy.
And grace. And love yourself, respect yourself.
Patience.
Because it's not okay. Whatever excuse is given, it's not okay to come at you or overtalk you or whatever.
Or you do that to other people.
That to other people.
How about that? We forgot about that.
Exactly. The other way. Exactly. Ooh.
What about if we're the person who's always inflicting the conflict?
And be honest with yourself. And it doesn't have to be in your DNA. It just could be in this. If you're having an argument, right? Mm-hmm. Or you being the aggressor.
Ooh, what?
Do you have a tendency to be the aggressor?
I have been.
Get help.
In my early relationships, I have been the aggressor. Like, what? Boy, bye.
I think we've all, I can probably sit here and tell you of situations where I lost it and just
I have
conflict, and didn't reason, and then the next time, like, man, I should really, so it happens. It's just we don't have to let it happen from ourselves to other people, nor should we accept it from other people towards ourselves.
I think you live, you learn, and then you experience.
It's growth.
It's healthy. It's growth. It's growth.
Yeah.
And it's not that serious.
It's not that serious. Nothing really is unless somebody's dying, honestly. And I also use that example, but any other closing thoughts?
I don't have any.
Well, all right. Well, we appreciate you listening today. I'll ask you to subscribe, follow, those things that we like you to do.
Share, comment.
Yeah. Let us know what your experience is with conflict. Have you been on one side or the other? How did you resolve it? If there's any therapists that want to throw some thoughts and ideas, we love that. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you. We catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.